Ansley Greensburg is a fixer. It's what she prides herself on. So when she realizes her marriage is at its breaking point, she makes a decision to repair it, no matter the cost. Approaching her husband to propose the arrangement is supposed to be the hard part, but Peter agrees to the salacious plan almost immediately. The rules are simple. They will each date someone new once a week. They will never discuss what happens on the dates. Soon, though, the rules are broken, turning terrible mistakes into unspeakable consequences. When the only person they can count on to keep their darkest secret is each other, new questions and deceits surface. Can they truly trust the person they share a life with, or will the vicious lies that have mounted over the years destroy everything they've built? Once, Peter and Ansley vowed to stand together forever, but as they push boundaries of deception, suspicion, and temptation, each begins to wonder if death do us part may come sooner than they intended. Okay, that's the description. So, the arrangement is proposed by this little couple. They this married couple. They in they like early 40s, but I'm in my mind they like late 35s. So they got like 3 kids, like 14, 12, and 10. And they're just going through their little marriage problems. The marriage done burnt out. They distant. They done tried counseling and all the other things, and they haven't worked. But Ansley refuses to get a divorce. So she like, all right, I seen this little proposal, this little arrangement on Netflix. So I think it may work for us because I don't really know what else to do. So this is Ansley. Her husband is Peter. So she proposes to him that they, like they said, they sleep together. They sleep with somebody else. So Ansley is on Tuesdays. Peter is on Thursdays, right? So they use this profile with fake names. When they meet with the people, they don't tell anything personal because they don't want their kids and their friends and family to know what's going on. That they about to, open a marriage or whatever. Okay, so the first week comes up. Ansley meets this guy named Stefan. So she goes on her date. She put on her little dressy dress, on her little red dressy dress, and she feeling herself. And so Peter like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want to go through with this no more. Like, I don't really trust it. Like, nah. So she like, look, we got to try it out unless you got another idea. And of course he didn't. So they had to go through with it. So Ansley goes on her date. He's a really nice guy. He's divorced, or is he widowed? He divorced or widowed, but he by himself. And he's getting back into the dating world. And so she's like, oh, he was nice. So they had a conversation. They had a little drink. And that was it. So she go home. So when she get home, Peter don't ask. Of course, he feeling some type of way, but he don't ask no questions, as the rules are, and they let it go. But Ansley, all she needed was a little confidence back. She just needed a little sexy back. So she good. So she got a little extra pep in her step. So as the week goes on, Peter like, okay, I gotta find my date for Thursday. So he gets on the site. As he's on the site, he ends up matching with his assistant, Gina. Now, he done looked at Gina, the cock look, I done looked up and down, but he never tried her. But they matched on the app. So Gina like, okay, what's up? So he like, okay, well, I ain't gonna do it because it's a little risky. We really, me and Ansley just going through some things and it's just too risky. And so she like, oh, okay, well, all right. So he ends up meeting some blonde girl with big titties and just the fuckable type, really. And so he goes out with her. They go to dinner. He go back to her place, ends up fucking her, come back home. Ansley and there talking to her best friend Glenn, and they having them a little girls' night. So he go upstairs and, shower, and then he starts to feel guilty. And he like, well, damn, I shouldn't feel guilty. Ansley know about it this time. So then it's like, this time? Well, what you mean this time? Turns out, honey, Peter had several affairs. So he goes on to explain how he done slept with multiple women and how he always feels guilty and ashamed afterwards, and how he thought Ansley would find out, but she never did. But that's that. So the next morning, they get up, got a little flirty flirt going on, got a little desire in the eye. So now they got their little sexy back, get a little round in before they have to get the kids up. So, this seemed like the plan working, right? Cool. Now, as the week progresses, Ansley keep getting these phone calls, like from block number and unknown phone calls. And she keep getting messages from Stefan wanting to meet again. But she never responded because she like, this supposed to be a one-time thing. I don't want to lead him on. And he looking for something serious. So let me just ignore him. So he messages her like, okay, well, I hope I didn't do anything wrong. But, if you ever want to reach out again, let me know. It was good meeting with you, Ansley. So she like, oh shit, like he got my name. Like, how does he know my name? So now she panicking like, I've been getting these calls. Now he know my name. Like, something not right. So she ends up blocking him. Now, at the office, Peter is confronted by Gina. Hold on, just stay with me. So at the office, Peter is confronted by Gina, right? So Gina like, what happened? I thought, we matched. I thought you was going, give me a little chance. So he proceeds to tell her like, it's just risky. So she like, okay, well, give me a chance. If you, if you still feel this way after dinner, then you can go back home, no hard feelings. And so he like, okay, well, we can go out next week. So she like, nah, tonight. Peter dumbass gonna say, okay, well, I guess tonight. So Peter, they done set it up. So he tell Ansley he gotta work late. So Peter and Gina at dinner. 15 minutes into dinner, Ansley calls him. So he like, I told her I was at work. She don't usually call like, hey, what's up? So Ansley is panicking like, it's somebody outside. Like, I need you to come home. I need you to come home right now. It's an emergency. Please come home. Like, this man is outside. He won't leave. So now he rushing out the door. He done left Gina hanging at the restaurant. He on his way home. Like, what's going on? So she said, I think it's the guy, Stefan, that I went on a date with. He seemed fine. He seemed normal, but he at the house. He won't leave. So, of course, Peter, he 20 minutes from the house. He booking it down the highway. So he's like, well, who is this guy? So she said, like, I don't know. I don't know. We literally just had a drink. We had, some dinner, and I've been getting weird calls. He did call me by my name. I don't know how he got my name. I don't know how he got address, but he won't leave. So now Peter panicking. So Peter pull up to the house. So Peter get the metal bat out the trunk. So he like, hey, look, I don't know who you are. I don't know what's going on, but you gotta go. You on my property, you gotta go. So the dude like, oh, you must be the husband. So the dude like, okay, who are you? Who the hell are you? This is what Peter's saying to Stefan. So Stefan like, bruh, relax. I'm here to talk to Ansley. You need to back up, put your back down. So when he said that, he kind of shifted, and Peter saw handcuffs and a gun. So now Peter like, oh shit, like he was coming to do some damage. So when he saw it, Ansley saw it too. So she started to come outside to help Peter, but Stefan lunges for her. Peter hits the dude in the head with the bat. So Stefan go down. So now they like, oh shit, what's going on? So now Stefan coming back too. He reaching for his gun. So Peter cracks his skull, kills the man. So Ansley like, what did you do? Like, this man is dead on our porch. Like, what did you do? Now, they live in a secluded area, so they don't really have any neighbors. But she like, yo, we got a dead man on our porch. Like, you just killed this man. So he like, what was I supposed to do? So she like, we got to call the police. So he like, nah, like, I just killed the man. I'm not going to prison. So he's like, well, let me see who he is. Opens the man's wallet. This dude is a cop. They done killed the cop. That's what that gun and the handcuffs were. He was a cop. So now Peter like, oh no, we really can't call the police. He is the police. I'm not going. I can't get off of this. So he like, well, we gonna bury the body. We gonna bury it under the porch. The kids gonna be home because the kids was out. The kids gonna be home at any given minute. So he says, well, we gonna put them up and put them in the woods. We got 3 acres of land. We can bury them in the woods. So the Ansley is like, no, like they gonna be looking for this man. If we're indicated in any way, the first place they gonna search is the land. We cannot bury him in the woods. We're gonna have to bury him up under the porch. So they going back and forth about this. So he like, all right, whatever, fine, you got it. So they bury him up under the porch and clean it up with bleach and get rid of the evidence, right? Boom. Okay. So Ansley drives the car to the airport. So they are back home like, all right, at this point, we in this together, cause and I think it, and at this point, the arrangement over. Like we didn't even get through the full week. Like the arrangement is done. We're not doing that. It's me and you. Boom. Okay. So they have to go about life as they didn't just murder not only a man, but a cop. Now, and she's taking the kids to school in the morning. She gets a call from her best friend, Glennon. And the best friend like, hey, you sound a little bit off. What's up with you? So, and she's like, no, me and Peter we going through some things, but we all good. We all right. I'll come by later. And so Glennon is like, oh, okay. So Peter cleaning up the porch. The next morning, he go out there, make sure everything all right. It was dark when they was doing everything, so he go to double check, make sure ain't no evidence. So as he's cleaning the porch, Glennon pulls up. And so she like, oh, well, Ansley told me, y'all had plans. So Peter don't know. He like, oh, yeah, we was doing such and such. So now Glennon know somebody lying because y'all stories not adding up. And so she was like, oh, okay, well, I know, something is up. I just wanted to come by and check out what was going on. But since I'm over here, did you tell her? So Peter like, no, I haven't had time to tell her about the affair. So not only is Peter out here just having affairs, fucking bitches, Now we have Glennon and Peter. So Glennon like, look, that's my best friend. I really don't want to hurt her. Like, you got a week to tell her. You got a week to tell her or I'm going to tell her. So now he like, bruh, if it really was not a time to have to go through this shit, this is really not the time. But of course, she don't know that. So he like, all right, now I got this in the back of my head. Okay, boom. So later on that night, everybody having dinner, everybody at home, news broadcast come on. Stefan, police officer, is missing. So now they like, okay, well, we can expect the police because I went on a date with him the day before he went missing. So, of course, we can expect the police. We got to have our story together. We got to have it tight. So they get their story together. The next day, a woman comes to visit Ansley at her job. So Ansley thinking it's a cop. And the girl is like, no, I'm Stefan's wife. And so Ansley like, his wife? I didn't know the man had a wife. Okay? As if the story is not complicated enough. So she like, okay, I did go on a date with him, but nothing happened. So the girl like drilling her like, you were the last person to see my husband alive. Now he's missing. I need to find out where he was, and I'm telling the police. So she like, okay, well, just look, this is my place to work. Why don't you come to the house and we can talk about it, about what happened. I really don't have anything to do with it. It was really simple, but come over to the house. We just, we're going to talk. So the day goes by. She get off work. Ileana, the wife, comes by and talks to Ansley. So Peter trying to stay out of sight and try to hear what's going on. And so he hear Ansley tell the girl, like, I went on a date My husband, he didn't know anything about it. He didn't know anything about the affair. And my husband, he wasn't here, by the time I called. He said, she was telling him, like, your husband did come by. He wanted to talk, but I didn't let him in. And by the time my husband got here, he had left. So they get Peter out the way with his alibi, and it let her know, like, okay, look, your husband was alive when he left. Boom. So they get that out the way. Okay? Okay. So, as she's leaving, as Ileana's leaving, she gets a phone call from the police, like, oh, we found his truck. So now, Ansley and Peter, like, oh, damn. They one step closer. So they panicking, they tense, they arguing. So Peter like, look, I need some air. I gotta go out. I gotta step out. So he go for a drive. He was going to go get his rocks off, get back with Mallory. He pulls up the Mallory spot. Gina, his assistant, walks in. Like, what's up? Like, what are you doing here? So he's like, what you doing here? So she like, I own this place. I live here. So he's like, oh, word? I ain't know. So Mallory like, okay, how do y'all know each other? Small world. So Mallory mad because now he like, nah, Gina wasn't, I ain't know, or else I wouldn't have went through with it. But, since I'm here, let me just explain, let me talk. So she like, all right, but that's all we doing. We talking like, you done fuck my roommate. So he talks to her, calms down, he go back home. Okay? As he was talking to them, the police had came back to question Ansley. Police came to question Ansley while he was over there with Mallory and Gina. So they come to question her like, hey, obviously we knew you were the last person to talk to Stefan before he went missing. What happened? So she like, look, we just had dinner. We had a drink. I ignored him after that. He got kind of creepy, kind of obsessive. I ignored him after that. And then he came to my home. She was like, I don't know how he had my name, my home address. And that scared me. So I called my husband to come. He was at a work thing. I called my husband to come home. And of course, I told him that. And by the time my husband got here, he left. Same story. So boom, they get off, right? So at this point, after that conversation, he like, okay. So Glennon calls Ansley now like, so me and Seth, or her husband, are getting a divorce. So Ansley's like, wait, what's going on? Everything okay? Everything cool? So she like, no, it's just something that happened that I need to tell you about. So Glennon so Ansley like, okay, well, wait, I'm gonna come over there. So Peter like, what's going on? So she like, well, Glennon is going through some things. Her and Seth are separating. I just need to go be with her. So Peter like, all right, chill, hold on, wait, let me tell you something. So she like, okay, well, can it wait? I'm trying to get to my bestie. So he like, well, I gotta tell you that I've been having an affair, that I had an affair with Seth. So it's like, wait, Seth, like my best friend's husband, Seth? What the fuck? Seth? So he like, yeah. Glennon walked in on it after it had been going on for a while. So she like, Steph, like, what, like, you gay? So he like, no, I'm not gay. I guess you could call it bisexual, but I'm like, no, that's not what I want. I ended it. It is what it, like, it was just him. He was the only man I slept with. It was only that during that period of time. I want you, all the affairs have ended. It's only you. Like, can you please forgive me? It's just us now. Everything between us is just us. I promise it's just us. So Angie like, you don't be asking me nothing right now. Like, I can't even talk. I can't even look, like, don't be asking me nothing right now. So they in that heat of the moment. So then the officers come back. Okay, they get the knock, the officers come back. So now, right. So then they like, is anyone else in the home? So Ansley like, no, like, you starting to, what's up? No, like my kids, they gone, but what's going on? So they say, well, Ileana, Stefan's wife, is now missing. But we have evidence to believe that she and him were working together as rapists and as serial rapists and killers. We found a bag in the truck that contained rope, handcuffs, and underwear from previous rape and homicide cases. So they like, oh, okay, oh shit. So now they like, whew. Okay, so Peter like, I mean, I don't like what happened, but I'm glad I did what I did, because he was about to be after your ass. So she like, okay, well, now that we know he was probably gonna hurt me, I have to admit. So at this point he's like, okay, well, can you forgive me? After the police leave, they talk about it. So he like, can you forgive me? So she said, well, yes, I can forgive you if you can forgive me. Now that we know that he was going to hurt me and we had to do what we had to do, I have to admit that it wasn't you that killed him. So Peter like, what you talking about? Like, I killed the man. Like, I beat his skull in with a bat. Like, what you mean? So she says, I'd known about your affairs the entire time. She said, I didn't know about Seth. Now, that was one you managed to keep from me. But I've known about your affairs. And so when I went to dinner, so she said it was all calculated. I knew Stefan was a cop. I told him my real name, and I let him know that you were dangerous and controlling, that I was trying to leave you, but I feared for my life and my safety in doing so. And that because of who he is, I knew that eventually he would come looking for me. And I knew she was like, you so predictable. I knew that you did love me. So if it did come down to it, it would be him or me. And you being predictable, I knew that you would protect me. So whenever he came over here, I knew he would be, strapped up. And I knew you had the bat that you carried. So I kind of set it up. Then she gonna look at this man and say, she said, I had to find a way to stop the affairs and fix us before we got to the point of divorce. But then she gonna look at him and say, now I own you and your secret. Your only choice now is to kill me or stay forever. But that ain't the craziest part. There's more. So now 6 months later, because obviously he ain't going nowhere. He done professed, everything out, all the secrets out. She done let him know, like, I knew the whole time. I set it up. I mean, it's us now. We got secrets. We going down with these. So now they've decided there are no more secrets, okay? No more secrets in their marriage. So now they're redoing the patio. They're going to put concrete over the porch, now that they done got away with murder. Put concrete over the porch, right? Okay, now follow me here. So, Ansley go in the house to make dinner. Peter goes to put the rest of the concrete up. But as he goes to the garage, he presses a little secret little code that opens up to a secret lair. And as he gets to his lair, he opens a drawer that contains a bag. So it goes to his thoughts. And in his mind, he's thinking, oh, I haven't seen this bag in 6 months, the last time I had to check. So when the officers told them that there was a black nylon bag found in the truck, he went and checked his truck. his little secret drawer to see if his black nylon bag was there. And at this point, when he seen that his was there, he figured Stefan to be a copycat because he himself had that same bag with that same rope and panties, because he, this whole time, is the real serial killer and rapist. Peter, the husband. So all these affairs he was having were women that he was raping and killing. All different types of women. He didn't kill all of them, but he killed like 15 of them. That's why he was telling Ansley, we're going to bury him, because he knew he been getting away with it, but he couldn't tell, he couldn't tell Ansley that. So turns out, this Peter crazy. So back to current time, he has this pearl bracelet in his hand that he's adding as his last item to the bag. Ileana. So that night he went to go he went to go fuck Mallory. He ended up talking to Gina. After he left there, he went and found Ileana's ass and killed her. So now she out of the picture. He goes to put the bracelet in the bag. The bag is empty with a note from Ansley that says, "No more secrets." Whole time Ansley knew. Ansley knew this man was out here raping and killing women. Done took his evidence, planted it in Stefan's truck, and set this man up to be with her forever.